Hello, this is Dem Raptor Haunches. I'm back with another Monster Hunter update for Ark Survival Evolved. There were 3 new monsters added since my last video. We have Royal Ludroth here, Purple Ludroth, and then Barroth over there. I'll get to him in a moment. These guys were added about a couple of weeks ago. They're kind of Leviathan class, but super weenie version of them. You encounter Royal Ludroth here. I think he's the 3rd major monster that you fight in Tri. I might be missing one. But he comes pretty early on in the game. He's not really difficult, but he's the first taste of what Monster Hunter has to offer as far as big monster fights go. He has a few attacks here from the game. In the game, he can do this roll attack, but he unfortunately can't do that here. It's fairly amusing. Let's see. Let's have a look at him here. This one does not have a roar. He kind of has a roar in the game, but it's kind of pathetic and kind of sounds like an eagle. You'd have to play the game to know what I'm talking about. He has like an eagle sound effect in there. But he has this mane here. I don't remember if it's actually used for anything, like according to the lore, but it just kind of makes him look like a lion mixed with a Komodo dragon, and it's kind of goofy. Like, I personally think he's kind of cute, but he is kind of goofy. But here are his attacks. You have his basic bite, which I don't think was actually in the game. I think this bite was something that Garuga just put in, so he'd be somewhat viable in combat. And then if you right-click, he does a bubble... Oh, no, sorry. His right-click is a body slam, not a bubble attack. So yeah, there's a little body slam here. The Purple Ludroth, I believe, has a poison element attached to that. And then if you press C... is his bubble attack there. It's a water element, and in the original, or in Monster Hunter Tri, it kind of slows you down. It, if I remember correctly, makes your stamina regenerate a lot slower if you get hit by that. This guy can also swim just like Lagiacrus. And let's actually check out. I believe his C attack does something else in the water here. Oh, no, it's not the C attack. It's the right click. So he has a little tail whip attack here. I think is exclusive to Royal Ludroth in this. Because I believe the purple one in the original game doesn't actually go in the water. I could be wrong. The purple one was introduced in Portable 3rd, and there was no water in that one. So I don't remember if when 3U came out, if they actually added swimming animations for it. But, okay, that's basically it for Royal Ludroth. And he's gonna body slam and somehow consume that Parasaur with that body slam. Good job. Alright, so here we have Purple Ludroth. So he has basically the same attacks. He has his bite and body slam, but his body slam does, his or her, actually I didn't check the gender, it does poison attribute, which I don't believe is something that is actually in Ark. I think it's a custom effect. I could be wrong there. And his or her, is it a him or her? Let me actually just check that real quick. It's a he. Okay. His bubble does poison. Let me hit somebody with it. Yeah, these guys aren't really all that strong. Let's see their stats. Yeah, they're pretty weenie class. But as you see, there's actually a poison effect, little bubbles above the Trike's head right there. So, honestly, I don't know how viable these guys are in Ark too far into the game. I feel like these are almost more beginner class than even Jaggy. They seem like, I could be wrong, I don't know how their stats scale when they level up, but they just seem like they'll die pretty quickly. Let me see if Royal Ludroth here is any better. He's about the same. Yeah, so they're pretty weak, but they're kind of cute, and I absolutely love the jump here. And you can just spam it. I think, if I remember correctly, you might be able to actually bounce on the water with this. Let me try that out. Nope, I was wrong. But you can certainly bounce across the land with that. Just a nice way to get around. His landing is not so graceful. Alright, well that's it for the Royal Ludos. Let's go check out Barroth. He was added a couple of days ago. Let's see. This one is also male. This one's a little bit more impressive. He's also kind of a beginner class version of a Brute Wyvern class. He's much harder than the Ludroths over there, but he's still pretty early on in the game when you encounter him. Still, he's pretty cute, in my opinion, and just overall cool looking. C is his roar. And as you see there, his roar, even his roar is kind of beginner class. It's not really all that impressive. It sounds cool, but it's not an extended roar like we've been used to from the other monsters. If you left click, he does a head smash, which does moderate damage apparently. It can knock back things. And right click is a bite, which does a little bit more damage. Actually, let's go test that out real quick. Oh, and if you sprint, he charges up like this. Like the rhinos in Ark. I actually haven't messed with rhinos because I honestly don't play a lot of Ark aside from the Monster Hunter stuff. But apparently this works just like the rhinos do in Ark. But if you sprint and press R, he'll do a headbutt attack, which is apparently his most powerful attack. And it does more damage based on how fast you're going. So let's go hit this trike with this. Yeah, didn't one-shot it, but I may have accidentally just run into it first, so let's try that again. Oh, you know what? Let's infinite stats this. Let's get a little circle going here and try to headbutt him full speed. Yeah. I don't know how close he was to death, but from what I understand, this is a pretty OP attack. And when Garuga was making this, right before he posted it, he was saying in Discord how fun it was in Scorched Earth to just run through the dunes and kill Mantis with this guy and collect stuff from him. It seems amusing. Just running around with him right now is actually very entertaining. I think Barroth might be one of the more entertaining classes to play, or monsters to play in this, just because of his charge. You just barrel through everything. Let's see. I went through all of his attacks here. In the game, he actually can roll around in mud and cover himself in mud and then shake that mud off onto you, and you'll get covered in a ball of mud in the game, and it'll just make it hard for you to move around and easier for him to charge into you. People were asking Garuga if he was going to add that. He mentioned he might add it for an idle animation, but it's really up in the air as far as that's concerned. He may or may not. Personally, I don't think he'll be able to get the mud effect on there, but I would just love to randomly see Barroth just rolling around because it's adorable. But those are the new ones. He does have another one he's working on currently, Diablos. I don't know if that's the next one he's going to add. That was the implication, but from what I understand, when he does add it, it's going to be like the next Devil Joe, which makes sense because if anyone who's played Monster Hunter knows that Diablos is an asshole, like just through and through. I hate fighting Diablos. He's a cool monster, but he is a jerk. But he's going to have a lot of attacks and some interesting effects with his roar and whatnot. I don't know if he's going to add him alone like he did with Barroth here, but it's something to look forward to, so keep an eye on the mod page. That's pretty much it for this video. I'll certainly cover Diablos when he releases him. As far as my future on my channel goes, I'm honestly not sure what games I'm going to do next. There is one that I know I'm going to record, and that's Revelation Online, because it's going into early access soon. So I'll probably do a video on that next. But as far as anything else goes, if anyone has any recommendations or requests, that'd be appreciated, because I'm still pretty new into this, and I don't have a whole lot of direction as of right now. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe if you wish. And I hope you have a nice day.